Welcome to Simply Stylish DIY, where we take ordinary to extraordinary. Hey y'all, welcome back to Simply Stylish DIY. Today we will be making the cutest fall pumpkins using these Dollar Tree wood cutouts. We will be creating a high-end look without breaking the bank. I think you're going to love how these turn out. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. We're going to start our first pumpkin off by using some of this real brown acrylic paint. It's just a water-based paint I picked up at Walmart. We're going to use some clear, clean water and mix it up on a paper plate with your sponge brush just to water it down and make it more like a stain. After you have that mixed up and it's more of a water-based stain, we're going to take the sponge brush and just paint in between the flat parts. The raised parts, we're going to use some paper and cover that in just a minute, but we're going to get the stain painted on it, just put a nice thin coat, and then we're going to take a paper towel in a minute and dab off the excess so it doesn't have to be perfect here. Just make sure that you have it covered on all the edges that are flat, and then I'm also going to flip it over and paint the back side so it's all the same color. Once you have it all painted, just take a clean paper towel or a rag and just dab off all the excess, and you can see that really pretty wood grain that pops out underneath that. Flip it over and do the same thing, just making sure that you rub off all the excess. It doesn't matter if you get some paint on the raised pieces because we're going to cover that anyhow. And here I'm just going to take my brush and make sure I have good coverage and just dab it back off so you have a nice pretty stain. We're going to use this pumpkin seasonal looking craft paper. You could use a piece of fabric here if you would rather do that, or even a napkin by using the 2-ply napkins. That would work here. I'm just going to use this piece. I picked this pack up at Joann in a seasonal pack, so it's going to fit well. I'm going to turn it upside down because I want to use the back side and mark off where those raised pieces are. You could use a piece of chalk or anything. I'm just going to use this orange broken crayon that I had. I'm going to do the back side because I don't want it to be on the pretty part. We're going to cut that out anyhow. I'm just going to take the side of the crayon and trace over those edges that are raised, and then that'll give you a guide to cut that out so it'll fit perfectly when you get it finished. Once I have everything traced over good and my design is finished, I'm going to take my scissors and cut those out. We're going to take it and cut to the inside of the trace lines just because it'll fit better when you adhere it to the wood. If you want it to hang over a little bit, that would be fine too. Once you had it Mod Podged on, you could take a sanding block or sanding paper and sand that off to give it that finished edge like that, but I just wanted to have mine cut a little bit shorter because I'm going to use some distressed oxide to make it more rustic. Next, I'm going to use my Mod Podge and put a nice thin coat on the pieces of raised wood. I'm going to use gloss. It doesn't matter here if you use matte or gloss. This is what I had on hand. So just take your sponge brush and make sure you have a nice even coat on that one piece. I'm just going to do one piece at a time just so it doesn't dry too fast on me. While your Mod Podge is still wet, go ahead and take your piece of paper that you just cut out, place that over one section. We're just going to do one section at a time so it doesn't dry out too fast. So take your fingers, press out any kind of bubbles that you have, and make sure that you have good coverage. If by some chance it's not even, just lift it up and you can always add more Mod Podge underneath, just pressing out everything, all the wrinkles. We're going to repeat the same thing for the middle section of the pumpkin and also the other side. Just making sure that you have a nice even coverage of the Mod Podge, no kind of goops or clumps, and then lay that next piece of paper on it, pressing out all the bumps and wrinkles, and repeating the same thing for the next two sections. If you need to add some extra Mod Podge, just raise up that edge and add it underneath and continue on. After you have those attached to the front, I'm going to take my Mod Podge and go over a nice even coat on top of the paper just to make sure it has adhered good. That way the entire front can have that nice gloss finish to it. It just gives it more of a sheen. If you don't want to do that step, you don't have to. Just make sure that you put the thin coat on top of the paper just to seal it good. Just set that aside and let it dry. Mod Podge dries really quick, so that way you can get started on the next steps. While my Mod Podge is drying, I'm going to go ahead and make a really quick bow. I picked this ribbon up at Joann. It's just a green and orange plaid. You could use the Dollar Tree ribbon here and it'd be really pretty too. I just had this on hand. I'm going to do a few loops of it, and then I'm going to finish it off with a plaid orange and white on top of that. And then I'm going to leave my little tails of my pipe cleaner when I tie that off on the back, because I'm going to add something else to the center just to give it a little bit of pop with another embellishment. I had some of this hula skirt left from the previous DIYs. I thought this would be really cute to add to the center here of the bow. I'm going to put this to the back side, so I'm just going to take a little clump that I cut off. I'm going to fold it over underneath the pipe cleaner, tie it off. That's why I wanted to leave those tails before I snip them off with my scissors. So I'm going to take that and just turn it a few times to get it good and tight, so I can have that on the back side, and we can have that kind of look like raffia hanging down between our bow. That way I can snip off those ends and flip the bow over. I'm going to take that little topper, fold it over, and I'm going to eventually cut that off. I just wanted to go ahead and open my little loops up and see what the bow is going to look like before I trim off the excess at the bottom. Just to give those bow tails a finished look, I'm going to fold them over and then I'm going to take my scissors and clip that off and cut them into a dovetail. You could dovetail the little ribbon also if you wanted to. Sometimes I do that, but this time I'm just going to take it and cut it at a diagonal. Next, I dug through my stash. I wanted to get a little button to put here in the center of the bow, and I picked this one out. I need to update my stash a little bit with some more wood buttons. I'm kind of running low on those, but I thought this would be really cute to stick here in the center. And once I have that done, I'm going to fluff it up, make sure I have my tails and loops the way I want them, and we'll add that to our pumpkin. You can always omit this next step if you don't like the look of the distress oxide or the rustic edges. So I decided to go ahead and do this for our DIY. This is the ground espresso color. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. Any craft store has it. I'm just going to take this coarse bristle brush here, go around, dab it into the stamper, and go around the edges of all my paper just to give it more of a rustic look. I'm going to continue this for all three pieces that we Mod Podged on, just going around the edges. And then I'm going to take also my brush, that's what's left on it, and go around in the center of that just to kind of darken the white background. Next, I'm going to take this color in black soot and go around the edges of the wood. This just gives it more dimension and kind of gives you a little bit of a pop. I also used the black soot color in between the pieces of paper, just on that stained looking part of the pumpkin, just to give it some definition and rustic charm also. I did take my scissors and trimmed off the top part of that hula skirt that was sticking up above the loops, because I wanted to glue it here at the top at the stem of the pumpkin. So I'm going to put some hot glue here at the top and glue the bow down, holding it until it dries. Take your fingers now and just make sure that everything is held in good, and fluff up your loops and lay them the way you want them. I want to snip off some of the hula skirt raffia look at the bottom here just to make it more even. So go ahead and trim that up until the way you like it. If you want to leave it long, that would be pretty too. Okay, here's our finished product on this one. I hope you enjoyed how this turned out. It's so much fun to pick different colors of paper or fabric and make this your own unique creation. I think you're going to really love how the next DIY turns out too. For our next DIY, we're going to use the same Dollar Tree wood cutout pumpkin, but we're going to make this completely different so you have two unique creations. I'm going to take some of this ivory chalk paint. I'm going to pour it in my paper plate here and just put a little bit. I love how chalk paint dries so fast, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to take my clean water and pour some on top of that and mix it up and use almost like a stain here, so it's not painting the wood, and that way you can have the wood tones come up through the stain. Once you get all the clumps mixed up and you have a nice thin paint stain, we're going to take it and we're going to paint the entire thing. I'm just going to start here on the edges to make sure I have good coverage. I'm going to paint the center. Everything is going to be covered in this ivory looking stain. Just make sure that you have it covered the way you want it. If you want more of the wood to show through, just put a nice thin coat. And if you want it to be a little bit thicker but not actually painting it, just make it however you want it to look, and then once that dries, we'll get started on the next part. I'm going to flip it over here and paint the back side too, just because I like it to look completely finished, especially if I'm going to gift it or sell it. To make this pumpkin unique, we're going to take this thin twine. It's not the thickest one like you can get at Dollar Tree, like the rope. It's the thinner one. I picked this up at Walmart. We're going to take it and start at the top. I always try to start these at the top, so if you have any kind of imperfections, your bow or ribbon or whatever you put will cover that. So I'm going to take my hot glue. I'm going to do this in sections so the glue don't dry too fast on me. I'm going to do maybe 4 to 6 inches at a time. Just put a nice thin layer, pressing your glue gun tip to the wood so it doesn't just shoot out a big gob and you have a mess to try to scrape off. Then take it and hold your finger and press that against it so you have good adhesion to the wood and the twine. Working in sections, we're going to continue this all the way around each part of the pumpkin, just making sure that you have it pressed against the wood. That way you have enough room to do that centerpiece too, and then you can actually still see the painted wood between those layers, and it just gives it such a pretty dimension and a different look. You don't have to cut your twine until you get to the top of each piece, and then just snip that off and glue it down, and you can even see where it was snipped and glued. When you work with twine, it always has these little hairy looking little fuzzes that always stick out. I'm just going to take my scissors and snip off those that are sticking out onto the wood, just to give it a more of a clean finish look. I wanted this pumpkin to also look very distressed, so I'm going to take the distressed oxide like I did in the first one and use the ground espresso. Taking my coarse bristle brush, I'm just going to dab it in that, go around the edges. I'm also going to do that in the center of the pumpkin between the pieces of twine also. If you don't like this step, just skip this part and go to the next step so we can decorate the top. But I'm going to use my brush all the way around the edges of this and also in the center. When I do the center, I'm going to take it different ways just to give it more of a realistic look. Next, I'm going to take the black soot and go around the edges of this pumpkin. It just gives it a little bit more of a definition. If you don't like that part, just omit that. If you take the little edge bristles and dab it, it's just going to give you a softer look. I'm going to take mine here and do it to the side of the brush, and that gives me more of a defined look around the edges, and it just makes it darker. Either one you want to do is great, and it will make it really pretty and your own unique creation. I wanted to do something different with this since we already used the twine to put around the 3D part of the pumpkin. I'm going to do the same thing with the twine by wrapping the stem. So I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue here on the back side at the stem. Take my twine and lay it in that, kind of take it in once it's a little bit cool and press it down, and then just start wrapping your stem in that. You can crisscross it here and make it kind of haphazardly wrapped, or you can wrap it stack it on top of each other and make it more neat. Either way would look really pretty. It's going to be covered a lot with their decorations that we're going to put at the top, but I just thought this would be a pretty accent embellishment to add here. Once you get to the top, just put a gob of hot glue and let it dry just a little bit so it's not so hot to the touch, and squeeze it together, and that gives you a nice finished edge. Once you get to the top of the stem there, go ahead and take your scissors and snip that twine off and just pinch it together to make sure you have a nice finished edge. I'm just going to make a nice quick bow here. I'm going to use this brown ribbon that I picked up at Sam's last year. It's got a little bit of a gold fleck to it. I thought this would be pretty since I wanted this pumpkin to be more on the natural end of colors. So I'm going to make several loops here and then just take it off, tie it off with a pipe cleaner, and fluff up the loops. I'm going to leave the tails on the pipe cleaner because I'm going to use it to tie around the back side of the stem. Just flip it over and take those tails and twist them several times just to hold it together, and then you can just fold that over and you can even see them there on the back. If you wanted to snip those off and hot glue it, that would be great too. Once I have that tied on good, I'm going to take the tails of the ribbon and decide where I want to snip those off. I didn't want it to be as long as they were. So I'm going to go here about 3/4 of the way up and fold those over and snip them with my scissors just to make little dovetails. Next, I'm going to take some of that hula skirt and just tie several pieces of that together, just like I'm tying my shoes. I'm just going to make a little bow here so I can glue that in the center just to give it a little bit more natural rustic charm. I always like to buy extra packs of the hula skirt when they get them in the summer. It's a whole lot easier to work with, especially when you want to tie small bows like this, because sometimes raffia can be so stiff, and if you don't have time to, soak it in water to be able to tie a bow, this works out really good. So if you want to get some extra packs of those when you see them, this is perfect time to use these in crafts like this. Once I have my little bow made, I'm just going to make sure that the loops are opened up here at the top, tie it really tight, and then place it in the center of my bow. I'm going to see how long I want those tails, which I want to turn them. I'm going to snip them off to be about equal with the dovetail bow here at the bottom. Once I have it positioned in, I'm just going to turn it over and hot glue that into the middle. I'm going to take one of these natural looking wood buttons and glue here in the center too, just to bring the two DIYs that we did today in together and give them that little rustic bit of charm. Dollar Tree has wired jute. This is really good to get to make for pumpkins. So what you're going to do is use a pencil. I'm going to use or anything round like that. You can use it on your finger, or I'm going to use a paintbrush here. I'm just going to take it, wrap it around several times. Once I have those little spirals made, I'm going to go out about 2 inches so I don't have to snip it, and repeat the same thing. That way we can use it to put around the back side of our stem. You can crisscross them around the back. If you want to add some hot glue there to hold it down, that would be great. And then you're just going to twist it around, and then you'll have your spirals on both sides of your bow and open those up, and then it looks like you just have little twigs sticking up off of your pumpkin. Once you have those spirals made and attached to your pumpkin, you can open those up and stick them to the side, up to the top. You can add a couple more if you want to, and it just adds a little bit of charm to the top. Okay, here's our finished product on this one. I love how this turned out. It would be so easy to paint these different colors. I thought it would be pretty to take this one that I painted in cream, do another one in maybe orange and green, and sit these together. It would also be pretty to take them and put 3 together and stack them, glue them together, and then put the bow at the top. It's really unlimited what you can do with these. So just put your twist on them and do your own unique creations. Here's our 2 DIYs sitting together. These would be so cute to put a hanger on the back. You could hang these on a wall or just sit them on a counter, put them in an easel. Let me know in the comments below which one you're going to make. I enjoyed our time together. Thanks for watching. I linked another video here for more crafting inspiration. Be sure to check it out. Have a great day.